Today's movie starts with 8 candidates arriving for the final interview for a job. Yes, I said it, a job, at one of the most mysterious companies in the world. This company pays insanely well, nobody really knows what happens inside. And apparently the hiring process was designed by Satan's HR department. The candidate starts prepping themselves to look like their LinkedIn profile. Now, everyone walks into a plain-looking room and sits in their assigned seats. On each desk is a single sheet of paper labeled candidate, numbered from 1 to 8. Nobody knows each other, so the room is painfully awkward. A few moments later, an armed guard enters the room. I wonder how much he's getting paid. Then an older man calmly walks in and introduces himself as the invigilator. He explains that this is the final examination. They have exactly 80 minutes to answer one question. Only one question? I bet they were studying their ass off last night just for this bomb drop. But anyway, he then lays down 3 rules. Rule number 1, never intentionally or accidentally damage your own exam paper. Rule number 2, don't leave the room. Rule number 3, don't speak to the invigilator or the guard. Break even one rule and you're instantly eliminated. Simple enough. Before leaving, he casually asks, "Does anyone have any further questions?" Everyone just stares at him. No one says a word. The timer starts. The invigilator walks out. The candidates flip over their papers and immediately regret existing. Every single page is completely blank. No question. No instructions. Not even a motivational quote. Just paper. Everyone looks around wondering. Sherlock Holmes here decides she cracked the code. She starts writing an essay explaining why she'd be perfect for the job. That's the kind of confidence I wish I had at socializing. Unfortunately, the cameras are watching. Within seconds, the guard storms over and throws her out. Turns out writing on your answer sheet before finding the question counts as damaging it. She lasted less than a minute. That has to be some kind of world record. The remaining 7 candidates now realize this isn't an exam. It's a giant brain teaser. After several awkward minutes, candidate number 5 suddenly speaks up. He points out something everyone completely missed. The invigilator never said they couldn't talk to each other. The rules only ban talking to him and the guard. Everyone freezes. Bro, just found the first loophole. Now they know teamwork is allowed. But teamwork won't help until they actually find the question. To avoid remembering everyone's numbers, candidate 5 starts giving everyone nicknames based on their appearance. There's white, black, brown, blonde, kung fu, brunette, and one guy who's been completely silent since the beginning. Candidate 5 calls him deaf, not because he actually is, but because he hasn't said a single word. White suddenly has another idea. The invigilator never said they had to stay seated. So he stands up. Everyone nervously watches the guard. Nothing happens. The guard doesn't even blink. He's not paid to. Okay, movement is allowed. That's useful. Brunette then wonders if the question is written in invisible ink. She holds the paper under the room's lights. She tells everyone else to check too. Soon the entire room looks like students pretending to read an exam they definitely didn't study for. Still nothing. My black brother thinks maybe they need ultraviolet light. Or X-rays, because apparently everyone became a scientist overnight. Right then, Blonde notices emergency light strips built into the walls. Maybe those lights reveal hidden writing. There's only one problem. Nobody can find the switch. White immediately comes up with a perfectly reasonable solution. Destroy the lights. Property damage apparently equals intelligence now. Everyone starts smashing the light bulbs. Somehow, the guard still doesn't interfere. Once every bulb is broken, blue emergency lights activate across the room. Everyone excitedly checks their papers again. And congratulations, absolutely nothing. Brunette refuses to give up. She notices the emergency strips have multiple layers. Maybe the first layer blocks the real light. The women use their high heels to crack them open. Another color of light appears. Everyone checks the papers again. Still blank. At this point, the paper is winning. Almost 20 minutes have already disappeared. Panic slowly starts replacing confidence. White grabs the paper left behind by Kung Fu, who got eliminated. Since she's already out, he figures her paper doesn't matter anymore. He rubs pencil graphite across it, hoping hidden letters will appear. Nothing. He tears the paper into pieces and starts experimenting. Then, this man cooked something ingenious. He pees on the paper. Shockingly, it doesn't work. Who could have guessed? While everyone argues over increasingly ridiculous theories, something strange happens. The silent candidate quietly begins crying. He's whispering something in French. Dark understands French and translates for everyone. Apparently, he's been asking the same question over and over. Can any of you actually see what's written on the paper? Everyone immediately tells him the paper is blank. But the man shakes his head. He says he can see their reflections. The others exchange confused looks, then completely ignore the NPC. Instead, the conversation shifts toward the company itself. Dark finally reveals something surprising. She already works for this company. She's part of human resources. Even then, she's never seen the company's owner. Nobody has. The boss is basically the final boss with permanent stealth mode. She's taking this exam because she wants a higher position inside the company. Then she drops an even bigger bombshell. The company is secretly developing a miracle drug capable of curing the deadly virus spreading across the world. Suddenly, this isn't just a job interview anymore. Whatever this company is hiding might change the future of humanity. And if that's true, this exam is about far more than finding the right employee. As everyone struggles to figure out the mystery, Brunette notices something interesting. The guard has a lighter sticking out of his pocket. The rules only say they can't talk to him. They never said they couldn't borrow his stuff. So, without saying a word, Brunette casually walks over and steals the lighter right out of his pocket. The guard's awareness stat is somewhere in the negatives. Must have been the wind type shit. Her plan is simple. If she can trigger the fire alarm, the sprinkler system might spray water onto the papers and reveal invisible ink. She climbs onto a desk but still can't reach the alarm. For once, White decides to be useful. He rolls up a spare sheet of paper and hands it to Brunette. She stretches up, the paper catches the alarm, and seconds later water starts pouring from the ceiling. Everyone immediately checks their papers. They've done it, done wasting time. It's still blank. At this point, even the paper is laughing at him. The guard walks over and removes Brunette from the exam. Why? Because she burned her own exam paper while reaching the alarm. Rule number 1. As Brunette leaves, Brother Black completely loses his temper. He blames White for encouraging her. The two begin arguing. Then suddenly the lights go out. Everyone freezes. Someone accidentally shouts, and the lights come back on. They test it again. Lights out! Darkness. Lights on. The room lights back up. The lighting system is voice activated. Just then, Def starts crying again. White walks over, scares him, and deliberately tears Def's paper apart. The guard immediately escorts Def out of the room. But during the confusion, he accidentally leaves Def's glasses behind. But nobody notices. By now, everyone has had enough of White. He's manipulative, arrogant, and somehow becoming more annoying every minute. Then he suddenly smiles. I've figured out the question. Everyone immediately turns toward him. Finally, some progress. So what is it? White simply smirks. I'm not telling. Dude really asked for a subscription. My black brother has officially had enough. He punches White square in the face, knocking him unconscious. The group ties White to his chair before he wakes up. When White regains consciousness, his confidence is completely gone. He's terrified. He desperately begs everyone for medicine. His hands begin shaking. His breathing becomes heavy. Brother Black searches his pockets. Nothing. Most of the group assumes he's faking it. Then White suddenly starts having violent seizures. The room falls silent. Dr. Black immediately recognizes the symptoms, because he also has the same deadly virus. Now everyone realizes wasn't lying. The medicine has to be somewhere inside the room. Everyone begins searching beneath desks, inside pockets, and under every surface. Finally, Dark discovers a small capsule hidden beneath a piece of chewing gum stuck under Brown's desk. First of all, who hides life-saving medicine under chewing gum? Second, that's disgusting, bro. Dark rushes toward White, but Brown suddenly grabs the capsule and throws it straight into the air vent. The entire room just stares at him. Well played. White's condition rapidly gets worse. Dark panics. Without thinking, she looks directly into one of the security cameras. Please help him. The second she says those words, she realizes what she's done. She spoke to the invigilator. Rule number 3. A few moments later, the guard quietly escorts her out. Just like that, she's eliminated. Fortunately, Blonde refuses to give up. Using one of her hairpins, she carefully reaches into the vent, hooks the medicine, and pulls it back out. She quickly gives it to White. Within moments, his seizures stop. His breathing returns to normal. The group finally unties him. Now everyone wants answers. What did you figure out? White slowly smiles. There is no question. The room goes silent. The only way to win is to be the last person left. Everyone actually believes him. Then White suddenly lunges toward the guard. He's trying to steal the gun. Black reacts instantly and grabs it first. But when he pulls the trigger, nothing happens. The weapon only works with the guard's fingerprint. White immediately grabs the guard's hand, trying to force his finger onto the trigger. Brown completely panics. He runs straight out of the room. Instant elimination. Bro almost survived the entire exam only to rage quit. Blonde stands near the doorway. It looks like she's about to leave too. Instead, she suddenly shouts, "Lights out!" The room goes completely dark. Then bang, a gunshot echoes through the room. The lights switch back on. Black collapses to the floor. He's been shot. White notices Blonde standing near the doorway. One of her feet is still inside the room. She never actually left. White charges toward her, convinced he's won. Just then, the timer reaches 0. Throws his hands into the air. "I win." The guard calmly looks at him. There are still 20 seconds remaining. White's face instantly changes. Wait, what? While everyone had been busy arguing earlier, Def secretly changed the timer. The quietest person in the room had been solving the puzzle the entire time. Blonde slowly walks back inside. Then something suddenly clicks. She remembers Def carefully examining his paper through his glasses and a piece of broken glass. She picks up the glasses he accidentally left behind. Holding them over her paper, she finally sees tiny microscopic letters. Question 1, that's when everything finally makes sense. The door opens, the invigilator returns, and standing beside him, the quiet man everyone ignored wasn't another candidate. He was the mysterious owner of the company all along. But I've already watched this undercover boss episode. Blonde calmly walks toward them. The invigilator waits. She confidently answers, "No." No further questions. She has solved the test. The real question wasn't hidden on the paper. It had already been asked before the exam even started. The invigilator's very first question. "Does anyone have any further questions?" The invigilator explains that they weren't looking for the smartest person. They wanted someone who could notice tiny details, stay calm under pressure, make difficult decisions, and still keep their humanity. Blonde was the only person who showed all of those qualities. But she surprises everyone again. She refuses the job. She says she can't work for a company willing to let people die during an interview. The undercover boss smiles, then reveals the final twist. The company didn't just create a cure for the virus. It also discovered a way to regenerate damaged cells almost instantly. That's why Black isn't dead. The bullet that hit him contained the treatment. It healed him instead of killing him. Realizing the company could genuinely save millions of lives, Blonde changes her mind and finally accepts the job. And that's the end of one of the dumbest exams I've seen. Now you have as well. Like and subscribe for more.